The Winslow family gathers Carl's hearty laugh, Harriet's knowing smirk, and the kids' chatter filling the air. Then a nasal voice cuts through. Did I do that? Family Matters wasn't just a sitcom, it was a Friday night ritual, a TGIF cornerstone that shaped 90s pop culture. Behind the laugh track lies a treasure trove of secrets, vanished characters, network battles, and a nerd who stole the show. Join us as we peel back the curtain on 20 weird facts you didn't know about Family Matters, where every episode hid stories as wild as Steve Urkel's inventions. Let's step into the Winslow's world and uncover the magic, the drama, and the chaos that made this show unforgettable. Number 1. The Vanishing of Judy Winslow. Picture a bustling Chicago household, the Winslows' living room alive with laughter and chaos. Carl's grumbling about his latest police case, Harriet's dishing out sharp-witted advice, and the kids Eddie, Laura, and little Judy are navigating the trials of youth. But then one day Judy walks upstairs and poof, she's gone. Not just from the scene, but from the entire show. Jamie Foxworth, who played the youngest Winslow daughter, was a fixture from 1989 to 1993, her precocious charm lighting up early seasons. Yet by season 4, Judy vanished without a trace, no explanation, no goodbye. Behind the scenes, the truth was colder. Foxworth reportedly asked for a salary increase, and the producers, prioritizing budget and the rising star of Steve Urkel, wrote her off. The show even retconned its own history, pretending Judy never existed, a move so bold it left fans bewildered. Imagine being erased from your own family's narrative, your bedroom left empty, never mentioned again. This wasn't just a casting choice, it was a chilling statement about the expendability of characters in the sitcom machine. Number 2, Steve Urkel was a one-off wonder. Close your eyes and hear that nasally voice. Did I do that? Steve Urkel, the suspenders-wearing, accident-prone nerd, wasn't meant to steal the show. In 1989, Family Matters was crafted as a grounded family sitcom, a spin-off from Perfect Strangers centered on the Winslows. Jaleel White, then a young actor, was hired for a single episode in season 1, playing the annoying neighbor kid with a crush on Laura. But something magical happened. Test audiences fell in love with his quirky charm, his physical comedy, and that unforgettable catchphrase. The producers, sensing a hit, rewrote the show around him. By season 2, Urkel was the star, his wild inventions and relentless pursuit of Laura Brouwer driving the plot. This shift wasn't without cost. Some cast members grew frustrated as their roles shrank. Urkel's rise turned a family drama into a sci-fi tinged comedy, complete with time machines and clones, proving one guest star could hijack an entire series. Number 3, the pilot's forgotten Judy. Rewind to the very first episode of Family Matters, aired on September 26, 1989. The Winslow family is introduced, and there's Judy, the youngest daughter, full of spunk. But here's the twist: she's not played by Jamie Foxworth, who would become synonymous with the role. Instead, actress Valerie Jones steps into Judy's shoes for the pilot. The producers, still fine-tuning the show, decided Jones wasn't the right fit and recast Foxworth before the series hit its stride. Imagine the pressure launching a new sitcom spinning off from Perfect Strangers and already reshuffling the cast. Jones's brief appearance as a ghost in the show's history, a fleeting moment before the Winslow family solidified. Fans watching reruns might not even notice. But for those who do, it's a jarring reminder of how close Family Matters came to a different path. Valerie Jones faded into obscurity, while Foxworth's Judy faced her own dramatic exit years later. Number 4, Jaleel White's physical transformation. Picture Jaleel White, barely a teenager, stepping onto the Family Matters set as Steve Urkel. His high-pitched voice, oversized glasses, and baggy clothes defined the ultimate nerd. But as the show stretched across 9 seasons, White was growing up literally. By the late 90s, he was 22, grappling with puberty while playing a character frozen in adolescent awkwardness. To maintain Urkel's authenticity, White shaved daily to keep his baby face and avoided weightlifting to stay lanky, even as his body naturally matured. The baggier Urkel's clothes got, the more they hid White's developing physique. In a 1999 interview, he admitted the role was stifling, saying it felt like retarding my own growth as a man. By 2011, he clarified his love for the character, but the toll was real physically and emotionally. Imagine the challenge of suppressing your own growth to keep a sitcom icon alive, all while the world watches. Number 5, the show's near cancellation. It's 1989, and Family Matters is struggling to find its footing on ABC's TGIF lineup. The Winslows are likable, but the ratings are shaky, and cancellation looms like a storm cloud. According to Brighton James, who played Richie Crawford, the show was on the chopping block in its first season. Then, like a bolt of lightning, Steve Urkel appears mid-season, and everything changes. Jaleel White's electric performance as the nerdy neighbor sends ratings soaring, saving the series from an early grave. The show's tone shifts, embracing Urkel's wild energy, and it runs for a decade. But imagine the alternate reality where Urkel never caught on, where the Winslows faded into obscurity after a single season. This brush with cancellation wasn't just a close call. It was a pivotal moment that redefined Family Matters as the Urkel show for millions of fans. Number 6. Harriet's Perfect Strangers roots. Step into the Chicago Chronicle newspaper office where Harriet Winslow, sharp-tongued and unflappable, operates the elevator in Perfect Strangers. It's the late 80s, and Jo Marie Payton's character is a fan favorite in her quick wit stealing scenes. The producers spotting her potential craft, Family Matters, as a spin-off around her and her family. But when the show launches in 1989, Harriet's role shifts. She's fired as elevator operator in episode 2, only to be rehired as chief of security, neatly explaining her absence from Perfect Strangers. This wasn't just a clever tie-in. It was a bold move to anchor a new sitcom in a familiar face. Harriet's grounded presence carried the show's early seasons, but as Urkel mania took over, her role dimmed a bittersweet reminder of the show's original vision. Imagine building a series around one character only to watch another steal the spotlight. Number 7. The sci-fi turn. Early Family Matters episodes are grounded, think family dinners, school struggles, and Carl's police work. But by the later seasons, the Winslows' Chicago home feels like a sci-fi lab. Steve Urkel, now a full-blown genius, unveils inventions straight out of a comic book, time machines, teleportation pods, even a cloning device. One episode sees him transform into the suave Stephen Urkelly, his alter ego using a cool machine. The show's tone shifts from relatable family drama to zany sci-fi comedy, a gamble that polarized fans. Some love the wild creativity. Others miss the show's heart. Behind the scenes, writers were scrambling to keep Urkel fresh, leaning on his gadgets to fuel plots. Imagine a sitcom starting as a Cosby Show rival, only to morph into a Back to the Future knockoff, all because one character's popularity demanded it. This wasn't just evolution. It was a reinvention that redefined Family Matters. Number 8. Jo Marie Payton's exit. Harriet Winslow, the heart of the Winslow family, was the glue holding Family Matters together. Jo Marie Payton's performance was warm, witty, and real. But by 1997, Payton was ready to move on. In a 2017 Entertainment Weekly reunion, she revealed she'd decided to leave 2 years earlier, citing personal struggles, including a divorce, and a desire to explore new roles. "When you're a baker, you don't always want to bake cakes," she said, craving creative freedom. Payton stayed through season 8, but for the final 9 episodes on CBS, Judy Ann Elder stepped in as Harriet. The transition was jarring for fans. Imagine replacing the family matriarch mid-story. Payton's departure wasn't just a cast change. It was a sign the show was losing its roots, drifting further into Urkel's orbit as it limped to its finale. Number 9. The CBS switch. For 8 seasons, Family Matters was a cornerstone of ABC's TGIF lineup, a Friday night ritual for 90s kids. But in 1989, the show jumped to CBS's Block Party, a move that stunned fans. Behind the scenes, it was a $40 million deal, with CBS snagging both Family Matters and Step by Step from ABC. Producers Miller Boyett, wary of Disney's growing influence over ABC, saw CBS as a fresh start, promising $1.5 million per episode for a 9th and 10th season. But the shift was rocky, ratings plummeted, and the show's vibe felt off. Imagine uprooting a Chicago family from their TGIF home to a new network only to watch them struggle in unfamiliar territory. The CBS era lasted just 1 season, a bittersweet end for a show that once defined 90s family viewing. Number 10. Myra's tragic backstory. Enter Myra Monkhouse, Steve Urkel's quirky, devoted girlfriend, played by Michelle Thomas. Introduced in season 4, Myra was a fan favorite, her intelligence and affection for Steve offering a counterpoint to Laura's rejections. But behind her bright smile was a heartbreaking reality. Thomas, a talented actress with credits on The Cosby Show and The Young and the Restless, was battling a rare form of stomach cancer during her time on the show. She filmed her final episodes while undergoing treatment, her professionalism masking her pain. Tragically, Thomas passed away in 1998 at age 30, shortly after Family Matters ended. Her performance as Myra left a lasting impact, making her absence in later seasons feel like a wound. Imagine the strength it took to bring joy to millions while facing such a personal battle, a legacy that lingers in every Myra scene. Number 11. Urkel's alter egos. Steve Urkel wasn't just a nerd, he was a chameleon. Jaleel White didn't stop at playing the clumsy neighbor. He embodied multiple characters, from the smooth-talking Stefan Urquell to Steve's female cousin, Myrtle Urkel. Stefan, created via Urkel's cool machine, was everything Steve wasn't: suave, confident, and Laura's dream guy. Myrtle, meanwhile, brought slapstick chaos, chasing Eddie with relentless affection. White's versatility was a masterclass, blending physical comedy with emotional depth. Behind the scenes, these roles were a creative lifeline, keeping Urkel's character fresh as the show leaned harder into comedy. Imagine one actor carrying a sitcom through sheer range, transforming from a nerd to a heartthrob to a cross-dressing cousin, all while keeping audiences hooked. White's multi-character performance wasn't just a gimmick, it was a testament to his talent. Number 12, the TGIF crossover universe. Step into the Family Matters universe, and you'll find it's bigger than the Winslows' Chicago home. The show existed in a shared TGIF world, crossing over with Full House, Step by Step, and Boy Meets World. In a 1993 Full House episode, Steve Urkel helped Stephanie Tanner cope with wearing glasses, a heartwarming cameo that tied the shows together. Another crossover saw Family Matters' third season gag blend seamlessly into Step by Step's opening. These weren't just gimmicks. They built a nostalgic ecosystem where TGIF characters felt like neighbors. Imagine a world where sitcom families could pop into each other's lives, sharing laughs and lessons across shows. This interconnectedness made Family Matters more than a standalone hit. It was part of a 90s cultural tapestry, weaving Friday nights into a shared memory for millions. Number 13, the show's syndication longevity. When Family Matters ended in 1998, its story didn't. The show hit syndication in 1993, airing on stations nationwide from TBS to WGN to BET. By 2002, most stations dropped it, but some, like Tampa's WTOG and New York's WPIX, kept it alive until 2005 and 2006. TBS ran double episodes weekday afternoons from 1995 to 1999, then scaled back to mornings until 2003. The show returned to TBS in 2020, proving its staying power. Nick at Night aired it from 2008 to 2012, though tag scenes were often cut, frustrating fans. Imagine a sitcom so beloved it lingers on airwaves for decades, its catchphrases and characters etched into pop culture. Family Matters wasn't just a 90s hit, it was a time-traveling juggernaut, finding new audiences long after its finale. Number 14. Carl Winslow's police work. Carl Winslow, the gruff but lovable Chicago cop, was more than just a sitcom. Dad, he was a cultural touchstone. Reginald VelJohnson, fresh off his Die Hard fame, brought depth to Carl, tackling serious issues like police brutality and gun control in key episodes. Behind the scenes, VelJohnson's performance was informed by real-life experience as he consulted with Chicago police officers to nail Carl's authenticity. His portrayal balanced humor with gravitas, making Carl the heart of early seasons. Imagine a sitcom dad who's not just a punchline, but a voice for real-world struggles, his badge a symbol of duty and conflict. VelJohnson's commitment to the role went beyond acting. He even competed on Dancing with the Stars in 2024, showing his enduring charm. But his preparation for Carl wasn't just professional. It was personal, grounding a sitcom in a reality that resonated with viewers, even as Urkel's antics stole the spotlight. Number 15. The show's social impact. Family Matters wasn't just about laughs, it tackled heavy topics. Episodes dove into gun violence, gang culture, and racial profiling, grounding the Winslows' world in real issues. One standout episode has Carl facing police brutality, a bold move for a family sitcom in the 90s. The show's black middle-class family was a rarity, offering representation when few shows did. Behind the scenes, writers worked to balance humor with these weighty themes, a tightrope act that sometimes clashed with Urkel's zany plots. Imagine a TGIF show daring to pause the laugh track for moments of raw truth, challenging viewers to think while still delivering Friday night comfort. Family Matters didn't just entertain, it quietly shaped conversations about race and family, its legacy lingering far beyond its 215 episodes. Number 16. Urkel's catchphrase origins. Did I do that? It's the line that defined Family Matters, a phrase so iconic it's still quoted today. Jaleel White didn't write it, credit goes to the writers, but his delivery made it legendary. Behind the scenes, the line emerged organically, born from Urkel's clumsy chaos in early episodes. White's high-pitched, sheepish delivery turned a simple question into a cultural phenomenon, repeated in schoolyards and living rooms alike. Imagine a single phrase capturing a character's essence so perfectly it becomes shorthand for an entire show. The catchphrase wasn't just a guam, it was Urkel's calling card, a reminder of his knack for turning mishaps into moments that define 90s TV. Number 17. The budget battles. Producing a hit sitcom isn't cheap, and Family Matters faced its share of financial drama. When Jamie Foxworth asked for a raise, the producers cut her character entirely, a ruthless move to keep costs down, as Urkel's popularity drove up expenses. The $40 million CBS deal in 1997 promised $1.5 million per episode, but tensions with ABC's parent company, Disney, complicated things. Miller Boyett Productions bet big on CBS only to see ratings falter. Imagine a show caught between creative ambition and cold hard budgets, where even beloved characters could be sacrificed to the bottom line. These financial battles weren't just behind-the-scenes gossip. They shaped the show's path from Judy's erasure to the risky network switch that marked its final chapter. Number 18. The Disneyland episode. Picture the Winslows trading Chicago's streets for Disneyland's magic. In a classic season 6 episode, the family heads to the theme park, a quintessential 90s sitcom adventure. Urkel predictably causes chaos, think roller coaster mishaps and cotton candy disasters. Behind the scenes, the episode was a love letter to TGF's family-friendly ethos, with Disney's influence looming large after their ABC buyout. Filming at Disneyland required meticulous planning, from location permits to capturing the park's sparkle. Imagine the logistics of turning a sitcom set into a theme park extravaganza, all to deliver a dose of nostalgia that still makes fans smile. The episode wasn't just a vacation. It was a snapshot of Family Matters at its peak, blending heart and humor under Mickey Mouse's watchful eyes. Number 19. The cast post-show paths. When the Family Matters cameras stopped rolling in 1998, the cast didn't fade away. Reginald VelJohnson popped up on That's So Ravenbones and even Dancing with the Stars in 2024. Darius McCrary voiced Jazz in Transformers and starred in The Young and the Restless. Kelly Shanigan Williams founded a program for kids to produce TV shows, while Sean Harrison hit Moesha and Girlfriends. Jaleel White, forever Urkel, reflected on his role's weight, later voicing characters and writing. Imagine a cast scattering across Hollywood carrying the Winslow legacy into new roles, from voice acting to charity work. Their post-show journeys weren't just career moves. They were proof Family Matters launched stars who kept shining long after the credits rolled. Number 20. The show's lasting legacy. Walk into any 90s kid's memory, and Family Matters is there Friday nights. TGIF and Urkel's voice echoing through time. Running 215 episodes, it's the third longest running U.S. sitcom, with a predominantly black cast behind only The Jeffersons and Tyler Perry's House of Pain. Its blend of humor, heart, and social commentary made it a cultural force, tackling issues like race and family dynamics while keeping viewers laughing. Syndication kept it alive on TBS, BET, and Nick at Night, cementing its place in pop culture. Imagine a show that started as a spin-off becoming a touchstone, its characters like family to millions. Family Matters wasn't just a sitcom, it was a mirror for a generation, reflecting both the absurdities and truths of life forever etched in our Friday night dreams. The Winslows' front door closes, the laugh track fades, but the echo of Family Matters lingers. From Urkel's wild inventions to Carl's heartfelt lessons, this show carved a place in our hearts, a slice of 90s magic that still feels like home. Want to dive deeper into the stories behind your favorite shows? Hit that subscribe button and join our cinematic journey. Ring the bell to stay in the loop for more untold tales from the sets that shaped our childhoods. Until next time, keep chasing the nostalgia and maybe ask yourself, did I do that?